you're looking at is my beautiful E2 Explorer from 1982, and unfortunately I have decided to trade it after 30 years of owning it. It is a beautiful example. Walnut, tobacco sunburst, beautiful top. You can see that. Amazing, right? What is the only guitar that would get me to give this up or trade? It's called a Gibson Explorer Black Carina. Well, actually, it's a black in color Carina Custom Shop Explorer from 1983. And the gentleman who is buying this guitar is pretty sure it was his at one time, as that it was traded to another dealer close to where I used to work back in the day in a music store. So anyway, it ended up in my shop, and I walked in from lunch one day and saw a Gibson case, obviously an Explorer case, sitting there because I had an Explorer already, so I knew it was an Explorer. I opened it up and I saw this, and I immediately said to my boss, "That one's mine. How much?" And so we decided on a price, which was way back in 1990 something. I think 91, maybe 92 at the latest. But anyway, I ended up with this Gibson Explorer. Now this thing is a 12-pound monster, made out of, like I said, walnut, I think, with a maple top. So it's not exactly a guitar you can hang around your neck all night and play. Plus it's so beautiful, I didn't want to take it out and beat it up. I just kept it as a beautiful guitar that I could keep at home. And because of the deal I got on it at the time, it was just really worth doing. And so anyway, now I get a chance at another dream guitar of mine, which is the Carina Custom Shop Explorer from 1983. And I have a Carina V, so that is like the sister guitar to it of the time, except my V is the Heritage Series, and my new Explorer that's coming is the Custom Shop Series, which is a little more rare. So anyway, really hard to get rid of this after 30 years, but it's time to do that trade. So anyway, I thought I'd play it a little one last time, and man, it's a great playing guitar. Like I said, super heavy, 12 pounds. I didn't even know it was that heavy until I weighed it the other day. And you know, all these years it's been in my closet. And it stayed in really great tune. The great ebony board. You know, the really flat frets on these, like the old Gibsons. That's what I liked about the 80s Gibsons and the late 70s Gibsons, is how flat the frets were and how easy the guitars were to play, and especially the ebony boards on these. Just amazing. So anyway, that's my E2 Explorer from 1982. Just want to do one last video with it before I gave it to its new owner tomorrow. And that's my E2, y'all. So bye-bye. Bye, E2. I loved you a lot, and you're a beautiful guitar. What a wonderful neck. The ebony board. Everything about it's just gorgeous. In great shape. Just a beautiful work of art from Gibson. And it's really amazing how wonderfully these guitars have stayed over all these years. Gonna miss you. Thank you. You're a part of my life for a long time. You're the first one to go of that kind of longevity, and man, it's hard to do, but anyway, let's play this thing and give it one last whirl. So easy to play, it's insane. One thing I remember about this guitar in particular was that back when I first got this guitar, I used to drop it to D, and we used to do Fat Bottom Girls by Queen, and I used to play this on that in practices and in my parents' garage. And that's how long I've had this guitar. I've had it since I lived with my parents. I'm 52. It's insane. I've had this guitar since I lived at home with my parents in the early 90s. And then the next part of the story is this gentleman named David contacted me, and he said he thought this was his guitar that he bought at a store. Well, he actually traded at a store in Tuscaloosa, Alabama around the time that I got this. So we think that it migrated up from Tuscaloosa to Birmingham and ended up in my store, and then I ended up with it. And this may be actually his original E2 Explorer. So he now wants it back, and one of the deals that I made him, well, probably maybe more than 5 years ago, he and I spoke about this, was that if he would get me a good trade, like a Carina Explorer, I would trade him for this. And sure enough, he found a black Carina 1983 custom shop Explorer, and he purchased that, and we're going to trade tomorrow this for his. And after 30 years, this leaves my house, leaves my hands, and back probably into its original owner's hands. And it is a gorgeous example. I mean, you know, there's a little wear, but these guitars, they actually feel so much, you know, so amazing with the wear. These guitars are amazing to play because of the low frets, and there's like no buzz, and they sound so clear, yet it's so low and so easy to play. That's one thing about the Explorer that I just loved, is how easy it was to play. I have a V, it's still not as easy as this is to play. With Ebony on an Explorer, it's an amazing feeling. That's what makes these old guitars. The feel, the frets, the pickups. These are dirty fingers, I think, with a fine tuning. Just makes something like that so simple. It's crazy how much easier these guitars are to play. They're just, it's almost like you're cheating. Guitar superhero when you play one of these. If you've never played a vintage Gibson or an 80s Explorer, you need to play one. They're amazing. The playability is just insane. I have an 84 designer series as well, and these two necks are the best, the lowest action with the best or lack of buzz that I've ever owned. You can't hear that. No buzz. When you had a guitar this low, it buzzed like heck. Watch this. I'm going to put it on the front pickup. Liquidy, that is. All I gotta say is, have fun at your new owner's house, buddy. I'm gonna miss you. What an awesome guitar.